You are infinitely loved by an infinite God. Everyone you love is infinitely loved by an infinite God, way more than you could ever love them. Everyone you hate is infinitely loved by an infinite God, way more powerfully than you could ever hate them. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Love Your Unlovable podcast. I'm your host, the wildly unlovable, yet infinitely loved Eileen Chevalier. All right, welcome back. This is when I read things that I've written. So I thought I told you guys about my beautiful red book where I would write down all my grievances. But what I forgot, because I haven't looked at this book in forever. It's been a long time. What I forgot is that when I started it, it was also, I did it as like an exchange. So what I'm going to do is just give you a sampling of things that were written in this red book. So we got to a place after we were separated and then we got back together where we just couldn't fight every day because it was exhausting. And so we would save up all of our fighting for Mondays. And so what I would do, because I think by writing, so I would write down what was troubling me. And then I would know, like, okay, I'm going to get my book out and we'll talk about it on Monday. So here's my first entry, which was on my birthday. My 28th birthday, my golden birthday. I have an idea of using this book to communicate with Mike. We seem to have a hard time doing that. We need to learn, though. I suggest that when our face-to-face interaction begins to be counterproductive, we reach for this instead. It will slow us down, eliminate yelling, and make us think twice before we write mean things. Right now, we are in such a time. So I'm going to write some more and pass this book to Mike. Hopefully, we will make progress. Mike, thank you for making this weekend so nice. The party was the most fun one I've ever had because of you. Last night we agreed, loosely, that it'd be nice to head back after the movie because we'd be tired and wanted to wake up rested on my birthday. I think my birthday was on the Monday, actually. So my party was Saturday probably. And then Sunday, I think we went out. We went to the mall and watched a movie. And then I guess we stayed out later. I don't really remember. But we stayed out until midnight, and that was okay. However, I'm a morning person. This morning I managed to sleep until 11. You managed to sleep longer. We kept drifting in and out, and I kept waiting to hear you say happy birthday. Yes, I was sad when I told you it was 11. I was obviously awake, and you went back to sleep. I didn't want to have to go through the ordeal of waking you up. Sometimes it turns out badly, and I didn't want that. I couldn't sleep anymore, so I decided to eat breakfast and read and work on getting myself into a better mood. I wasn't very good at that. So that I could enjoy the day with you before you woke up. Etc., etc., etc. I'll just skip forward. Oh, yes. One of the things that was said in the 7 Habits family book is that we should seek to understand, then be understood. That's actually habit 5, which is my favorite of the habits. That involved one person trying to state what the other person is feeling until they get it right. So I am sorry that all the stuff before wasn't about you, was about how I felt. I should have started here, but here I am now. What I think you're feeling is hurt, which is leading to you being angry, that I didn't wake you up and let you wish me happy birthday. Hurt that I got up and started my birthday upset without you. Angry because this conflict has not been resolved. Angry because I asked you to apologize, and you did, and the issue still wasn't resolved. Please tell me if this is right and explain more if it's wrong or incomplete. I'm sorry we didn't do this first. I want to enjoy my wonderful husband and have fun with him today, especially. Love, Eileen. E, this is really good, both in theory and practice. I think we can use this book to help us communicate when we're too hurt/upset to do so with our mouths. They hurt so quickly. I think you did a very good job of describing how I feel and why I reacted the way I did. I just don't like it when you're mad at me for not waking up when you haven't done your best to wake me up. Give me more of a chance than that, please. So as you can see, this was pretty helpful. Blah, blah, blah. I love you. And I really do want to enjoy this special day. M. Mike. I feel really unsure about waking you up. Okay, so this is the extent of our arguments back in the day. Okay, fast forward a week. 7th of March. Me. Can I have and be sure of your confidence, meaning your discretion, privacy, protection, protected intimacy, etc. Can I speak to you and not have those matters discussed with anyone else? So I don't know if you were, at one point we were talking about how Mike's a musician, so he's like sharing all of these intimate details of our lives. It was really difficult for me. But obviously I've gotten over that. Okay, this is Mike. I don't know. What if I promise you that now and later it becomes important for someone else to know what you said? And I feel completely horrid for promising and for not saying what I should. Why would you want me to make a promise? Why would you want to make me promise something like that if it makes me feel horrible, like you don't trust me at all? M. Thank you for your honesty. Sleep well. This is me. I love you. Then in parentheses, Mike's answer was to throw this book across me and onto the floor 3 feet away. So I don't really know. There's clearly a lot going on. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So what's funny is that I continued to use this book for many years after. So this is 05. This is still really early. This is horrible. So here is my piece. I am sorry that I didn't explain myself about putting the leftovers in the fridge. I'm sure this was very important. I should have long ago. I am sorry that I'm hurt by your rejection and not forgiving me, and that I am so fearful that I can't see you change. That is a trait I hate worst, not being able to see the change and enjoy it in another person. So I write this like wonderful thing about how I love him, but I love you so much, and never am I satisfied to not be united with you. Most of all as we go to bed. I've had enough of these torturous nights to punish the most vile of creatures. I know your love is true and deep and real, and we must only acknowledge it in order to dwell in it. Please do that with me tonight, every day, every hour. Ah, what a wonderful place to dwell. Come there with me, my love. So the next thing I wrote, which I'm sure happened like just after I was like in this really great but fragile place, was to go to bed and like try to just be at peace with him, but he was asleep. So I wrote, never mind, you asshole that cannot help but sleep rather than be with me every fucking night, that there's a problem. So clearly super angry. Like I couldn't go to sleep and without him, without like being at peace with him, but he could. And I think that for me just made me feel like he didn't love me, and that continued to be a problem for a really long time. I think that is different now. But I also think that he got to a place where I don't know if it became important to him or if he just knew it was really important to me. And so he would make the effort and make sure that we went to bed at peace with each other. The next is June 2014. So I'll end on this one because I think it took Mike not very long to get to this point. So less and less to say. It sort of is his point where he's getting to like so frustrated that he starts shutting down. But for me, it was 2014. And then one day you aren't interested anymore. You don't want to work it out. You don't want to need anymore, or to go to committee anymore, or even to want anymore. You just want to be free again. Because you can't be free in this. You had no idea what the cost was. Yes, there are rewards, but they have become as inviting as the ripped out, half torn up, mostly abandoned back stairs. Sure, the sex is great, but the demands and grumpiness are tiresome. So tiresome. Check with me first. No more heavy old books. No, no, no. I find myself back in high school, wishing for a place of my own, a place to do as I please. I suppose my introversion and his bitterness and our shared desire for control and respect have melted into a rotten mess, and frankly, I have no desire to clean it up. None. I've always wondered why people leave, but never really wondered either. It's just a matter of cleaning up the mess. Hard, sweaty, cruel work that seems always in need of doing. Damn. So when I remember that it's just work, and that the reward of work is pleasure, both in the outcome and in the job well done, I gather my strength. Deep breath, pride swallowed, the warmth of my children's snuggles fresh on my arms and in my heart. Time for chores, because I want to live in a beautiful, peaceful house, always. And I am willing to work to make it so. And then later, never mind. Fuck him. I can't do this alone. Some bullshit partnership. So I think that's life. It's like the back and forth, right? It's like in my moments, I can find this like hope and beauty, and then it's hard. Like I'm like, oh, let me go do the work, and then like I want the work to be done quickly. I don't want the work to take decades. But sometimes the work just takes decades, you know? Sometimes it's never completely done. But what I have found is that it's worth doing. Because when you do the work with another person, what you're doing is the work on yourself. And the joy of life and the beauty of life and the sweetness of life is to be a person that you want to be with. To want and desire to be with yourself is absolutely the best thing. So do the work, guys. It's so tough. And then when I don't want to do the work anymore, I'm going to need you to encourage me that it's really worth doing. Let me throw my little tantrum, get a snack, get a nap, and then get back into it. See you guys next time.